What's up? Today I will be going through my voiceover preparation process. I've just sort of stumbled into it. There's nothing fancy that I do. It's just I do the same thing over and over, and it preps my voice. I can tell that the voiceovers aren't as clean as clear if I don't go through this preparation process. Um, your voice is your instrument. All of that stuff, but you have to warm it up. You can be the best sports person, but if you don't warm up before your activity, you're still gonna perform badly. So just remember that. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I make it a mission to just clear my airways. And mind you, it's not gonna be super graphic, but I am gonna be talking about a lot of what's going on here because this has all got to do with the voice. So first thing I try and do is clear my airways. What that means is I'll wake up, I'll initially blow my nose. Nasal passage, right? You don't want to have anything going on in there, especially anything that is like quite deep, just because it's going to affect it's gonna affect you. I didn't feel it so much in the beginning. I didn't hear it so much in the beginning, but having done this for a year and a half, I can tell. There's times where I just don't feel comfortable making certain sounds because there's gonna be some clicking or just popping happening in my voice, in the whole system. So blow my nose. After that, I'll then brush my teeth. I'll floss, use mouthwash. That just freshens me up. That just freshens up. You know how it is. When you have fresh breath, you just feel a little bit more confident. It's more psychological. I guess it's more psychological, but I can imagine that, it just hits the reset button on the mouth. A lot has happened the night before, in terms of just things gathering there. So you want to sort of just get that all out. Then I'll maybe blow my nose again, whatever it is. But then once I can feel that I'm good airway wise, throat, mouth, nose, that's when I move to the computer. As things are loading up and I'm just trying to recall what jobs I need to do for the day, I'll be talking, I'll just be humming, I'll be just using my voice, but very lightly. My voice generally is quite ready in the morning. It's nice, it's prepped, it's clear. It just needs a little bit of a pick me up, a bit of a wake me up. Sometimes it does crack because I do have dryness from the night before. So what I'll do is I'll have a little bit of water. They say water is good, but don't go down. So I down water later on in the day. I've got a reminder on my phone that says drink water. And that's when I down the water. But before that, I just make sure it's small little bits and pieces of water. Because the other thing about water is that as much as it might wet the tongue and, sort of clear the way that you speak, too much water or too much residual water after you've swallowed, you'll be able to hear it on the mic. You'll be able to hear a little popping and stuff happening around the vocal, which is not good. So you wanna, if you're gonna drink a little bit and then give it a moment after you've swallowed the water, just for you to be able to normalize. Your voice will normalize, the water will go to where it needs to go, and then you can carry on with your thing. In terms of vocal exercises, I don't do any la 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 la's and me 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 me's and that type of thing. What I do is just a bit of tongue stretching, because when I wake up in the morning, my tongue is it's like it's not numb, it's weak. Like there's certain things, and it's usually in my L's and my R's. So when I need to say R, and I can't round my R's enough in the morning if my tongue is tired or it's like it hasn't been warmed up. Same with the L. L for me it's a tough letter to get into. It's easy for me to go L, but like the example I keep using, clearly my voice and my tongue are doing a lot of different things at the same time. So I'll go through my script if I've got time. Just find any like bomb words that I might stuff up, and I'll just practice them once or twice, or I just practice it as I get to the word. I'm like, okay, cool, we're here, we got this word now. I just say it a few times and then I'll do that line and then I'll continue on. I just think of it as just something I just need to get through and I can continue. So you'll know which words are your problem words. Deal with those, fix those. Outside of that, it's not that much more that I do. I try and make sure that if I do have any shouting scripts, that I deal with them at the end, just because after shouting, my voice gets croaky. Like I get this weird vocal fry in my voice. Let's see if I can do it now. It starts to sound like that. It starts to do that, but when I'm normally speaking, which is not good, because that's when I know my voice is on low battery. One script after that and I'm done. And then I'm speaking like this for the rest of the day. So if I get another job, then I'm screwed. And the only reason I know exactly like this process is I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times where I've gotten a job late at night and I'm like, yo, I have to revive my voice somehow. So I'm out there with the honey and the hot teas and all that stuff. It's not advisable. I mean, for me, if you need to carry on working, you need to carry on working, but it's more advisable for you to just rest your voice. Go somewhere and lay down and take a moment. You can do some tongue stretches, do some breathing exercises and go chill. Or that's another thing, breathing exercises. Breathing from your diaphragm, this is something singers will tell you about if they want to belt those high notes, especially public performers. Belting your high notes, you need to breathe from quite deep. I know that in certain scripts, especially if it's a long one, I'll need to be very conscious of how I'm sitting. So I won't be like how I am now, just chilled out. I'll be upright a bit more. And I will make sure that the breaths that I take in are a little bit deeper, especially for lines where I just keep stuffing up. I will take nice deep breaths in with that. Another thing that I will do is let me talk about this. Ventilation in the room is very important. Because of sound and soundproofing, because we spend a lot of time behind a mic, everything's usually closed around us. So it's okay for a quick script. If I come in and I need to do 70 words, I can do 70 words, I can do 70 words again, I can do a third take, and then I can walk out the room, or I can open the window, or just, get some good breathing going in the room. But if you have a 3,000 word script and you have another 3,000 word script after that, if you're doing a lot of work, it doesn't even have to be long scripts. It can just be a lot of jobs or a lot of auditions that you need to do. You're going to get dizzy and you're not going to think straight. So what I usually do is, if the scripts are long, what I'll do is I'll get out the room. So I'll open the window and then I'll physically leave the space, go outside, take my water with me, drink a bit of the water, few deep breaths, and then I'll even do some push-ups, because I don't know, after push-ups, and I don't want to like jog on the spot and get my heart rate up and all sorts, but just getting the blood flowing around the body again sort of refreshes me. Then I can come back in, I can record for another hour and a half. So yeah, that's how I sort of keep myself going, especially for those long haul days where I'm recording the entire day. And that's how I keep my voice sort of in shape. I foresee myself doing this for a very long time, in some shape or form. Maybe not, who knows. And so I need to take care of my voice. This similar thing happens to me. I remember when I was working as a physio, I very quickly started to notice that my thumbs were giving me issues. And this is a very common physio thing, but I was like, I think I must have been like mid to late 20s, and I was like, no way, I'm gonna have to do this for another like 30 years. There's no way my thumbs are going to manage this thing. So I then started thinking long term and saying, what can I do? What can I use instead of using my thumbs to do stuff? And you can see I've got extra movement in my thumb. I then started using different parts of my body to try and do the same thing. And just taking frequent breaks in between, doing stretches and all that stuff. Pretty much the same thing. Just want to protect your body parts. Because in most cases you don't have multiples of things, so you have to take care of what you got. So if you are also a vocalist, don't have to be a voice artist, but if you're a vocalist and you've got some techniques that you use, let me know in the comments and we can chat through them. I'm very keen. I know there's a whole bunch of things that people say that you must drink or have. I see it here in studio. I see people bringing things in. I'm like, what the hell is that? They're like, no man, don't worry about that. Just give me some hot water and a cup and I'll show you. And I look at these concoctions that people create that apparently is supposed to make people's voices clear. I'll keep my comments on those reserved for now. Hit me up, let me know. And I will read through your comments and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.